everybody, this is Nikki from Quills Press, and today I'm doing the bookshelf tour, kind of. As you can imagine, working for a publishing company, if I were to go through every single book on all of my bookshelves, we would be here all day, and tomorrow, and maybe the next day. So instead, I have made 3 categories of books with 5 books each, just to give you kind of a taste of some of the books on my bookshelf, and yeah. They're all actually firsts in like different ways, but I'll explain as we go. So the first I'm going to talk about is the very first book we ever published at Quills Press, and that's Shadow of a Dead Star by Michael Sheen. It's cyberpunk dystopian noir badassery in the entirety of it, and it's also unique in that Michael Sheen is a graphic designer in his day-to-day life, so he got to design this cover and the rest of the Wonderland cycle, which is super, super rare in our industry. I don't think I have to tell you that. Yeah. The next first is our first YA thriller, and this is by Crystal Wade. It's called Charming. This book is actually an ARC. It's not out yet. It's an advanced reader copy. And it's basically boy and girl have perfect lives. Girl's mother dies, and her father becomes an alcoholic, and basically her whole life kind of turns around. Same with the guy, and then they're forced together through all kinds of different circumstances, and that's all I'm going to tell you because I don't want to spoil anything. Next first is Adultery by Rod Kierkegaard, and in case you guys haven't kind of seen from our website or from my booktubes, we are largely genre fiction based. That's what we read, that's what we love, so that's what we publish. However, we have published lots of genre fiction novels by Rod Kierkegaard before, and we love him, and he brought this book to us, Adultery, and we just had to have it. This is, for me, 50 Shades of Grey meets a Wall Street Journal intellectual. There's a couple, the main character is a man who, him and his wife are polygamous, they are swingers, and it takes a very analytical, intellectual look at kind of human behavior and relationships and all of the issues that come up, and jealousy, and possession, and desire, and all of those things. But there's still the bound chicka wow wow kind of aspect of it for sure. Very steamy as well. Next, also got some steam to it, is Real Vampires Don't Sparkle by Amy Fecto, and I know I've talked about this before on a different book too, but this is the first LGBT book that we ever published. It's actually the first book I ever worked on at Quills Press, and it's got the main character kind of dealing with becoming a vampire and all of that kind of thing, but also him becoming gay and realizing that he's gay, and so dealing with all of those very realistic issues as well. By the way, we are absolutely looking for diverse novels and LGBT friendly, so if you are an author and you have some of those, we really haven't had a lot of submissions in them recently, so we'd love to see them. Okay, getting off the submission soapbox now. The last in this little group of firsts is the first middle grade novel that we ever published, and that is Please Don't Tell My Parents I'm a Supervillain by Richard Roberts. And this book is actually also the first book we've had for consideration with a film. The CAA is looking at it right now, so fingers crossed, maybe you'll see it in theaters. This book is a trio of friends similar to Harry Potter, but it's much more science fiction based than magic based. Magic is kind of a question mark in this book. Rather than magical powers, people have super abilities or superheroes or supervillains based on more scientific kind of genetic stuff. But 3 11-year-olds get superpowers before they're supposed to. They hide it from their parents and obviously get into mischievous ways and have to figure out how to change the public opinion of them being supervillains to being superheroes before their parents find out. Alright, the next group of firsts is first in series that are coming out. So the first in that is Without Bloodshed by Matthew Graybush. And this does have some bloodshed, just spoiler alert. But this is the first in an entire series. It's called the Starbreaker series. And the Starbreaker, you'll learn, is a huge part of it. But this has got romance, it's got action, it's got samurai swords, it's got EMG, electromagnetic pulse guns, and all kinds of cool, like, high-tech stuff. It's also got some fantasy aspects to it as well, which is really cool. And the main character and all of the kind of other lead characters are in a band together, which is really neat, and very, like, metal. If I was going to pick a book ever of Quills Bookshelf to become an anime show, this would absolutely be my book, like, without a doubt, first thing. Next book is the first in the December People series by Bayless. It's Destruction, and I think I've already talked about this one as well. This book is like the Malfoy family times a million. It's a lot more adult, and I don't mean like sexy adult, I mean just serious issues. But if you are a Team Slytherin and you like reading about dark wizarding families, The main character in this has a family who he also has another set of children that are dark wizards, and the family finds out about them, and then it's issues of morality and family values and good versus evil and all of these kind of issues that come into play. Next is 18 Things by Jamie Iris. And actually, this, guys, is not the cover anymore. We changed the cover, so now it says 18 Things, and it has all of the 18 things from the bucket list in this book on the main cover, so sorry, it's a little different. I have an older version. But this is the first in the My So-Called Afterlife series. This book made me cry more than The Fault in Our Stars. That's all I'm going to say about it, but so if you're looking for one of those reads that really wants to make you think about your life, 18 Things. Here you go. Check it out. Grab some tissues. Next is The Serendipitous Curse Reborn by Aiden James and Lisa Collicutt. The series is called Serendipitous Curse. This is Reborn. The next in the series is called Reviled. And this is super interesting in that it's historical fiction, but there's voodoo in it. It's kind of based in the plantation era. The main character, kind of through voodoo magic, gets put back into one of his ancestors who is super, super evil, and he is a plantation owner, and he just does some horrific things. Think third season of American Horror Story, if that gives you any clues. But there's also a very steamy romance in this, if you couldn't tell from the man candy to the left here. The other really cool thing about this cover is that, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of dark, but this right here, the house, is actually Aiden James' house. He lives in the South as well, so it fit the time period, and we got to use his photos of his house instead of a stock photo, which is really cool. Last in this section of first in series is 5 Out of the Dark by Holly Anderson. This follows a group of teens who come from all kinds of different situations in family life, and some are runaways, some get kicked out, all kinds of different scenarios, but they all have to come together. They meet in the Seattle Underground, and then shit hits the fan, as things often do in urban fantasy novels, and they essentially have to save the world without any instruction, no mentors, no information whatsoever, and they're just kind of winging it. Actually, this cover is kind of neat as well, because all the kids that you see here that are the 5 main characters are Holly Anderson's children or nieces and nephews, so she got to put that kind of personal family touch in there as well. Alright, guys, last group of series is first books written by authors, so debut authors, basically. The first is Book of Bart by Ryan Hill. This came out in, I believe, May. And this is a very snarky, kind of sassy YA novel written by a guy from a male perspective, but this demon has to kind of redeem himself by working with an angel in training named Samantha, and they obviously don't always get along, so there's a lot of really playful banter in it, but they have to team up against kind of like a greater evil situation in the book. The next book is How to Date Dead Guys by Anne Nozier, and this is for anyone who really liked Willow in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or just thinks that like seances and Wiccan practices are really, really cool. This is the book for you. The first thing I thought of when I read this one was Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for sure. Next book is, actually this is an arc as well. This is not out. It comes out November 10th. But this is Night of Pam by Gail Strickland. And Gail is actually a classicist, a study classicist, so she translated all kinds of Greek text and studied a lot the Oracle of Delphi, which is what the premise of this book is. And there are, of course, artistic licenses taken in this book, but basically it's the historical retelling of the Oracle of Delphi, and a lot of times in historical settings she is kind of put as this drug-crazed teen and really not given a lot of credit for anything, and in this retelling she is the savior of Athens, as she is translated to be in a lot of different Greek texts, so there's a lot of like girl power kind of thing in this, and this is Gail's first novel as well. Okay. Next book is Catch Me When I Fall by Vicky Merkiel, and if you guys like nightmares and dreams and that kind of concept, which I love, this is the book for you. I don't know if anyone noticed, I just hit myself in the head, sorry. But basically, main character Daniel is a dream catcher, or yes, dream catcher, and then he also has a dream weaver. They're like 2 partners, and they have to help fight demons, or sorry, nightmares. They're kind of like demons. They're not figments of your imagination. They're actually attacking like your mental stability, and he has to go, he's assigned to this girl, he has to go to this mental facility that this girl is being attacked with nightly, and she's going insane because they are for some reason so much more attracted to her mentality, and he has to find out why and stop them so she doesn't go completely insane. The last book is The Gateway Through Which It Came by Heather Marie, and this book comes out in just a couple of weeks, actually. And this book is probably the most unique way of people dying and crossing over that I've read in a long time, and that the main character, Aiden Ortiz, is literally physically a gateway, so that when people die, to get them to cross over to the other side, they embody him and cross over, and then he goes back to the other world and gets someone else. So super unique way, I think, of crossing over. I actually want to mention one thing. I'm done with all the categories, but I want to mention one thing about these last two books, and that is that on September 21st, we're doing a tweet chat kind of discussion with Vicky and Heather and two others, Katie Young from The Other Lamb, which is coming out this week as well, and Elsie Elmore, which has a book called The Undead Playing for Keeps, coming out later this fall as well. All of these are fall releases by debut authors, and they're female authors writing YA books with male protagonists. And the reason we're doing a tweet chat is because I talked with a lot of the other people on the team at CQ and with these authors, and we just feel like it's a completely under-discussed and underutilized perspective change in YA novels. A lot of times it is a female perspective, or it is a person writing from the same gender perspective that they have. So we are going to delve into all kinds of different stuff about writing from that different gender perspective, and why people tend to write in their genre or their gender rather, and all kinds of fun things like that. There's going to be questions. You guys can send your own questions as well, of course. We're going to be using different tweet chats. I will let you know what the hashtag is later on. I don't know what it is yet. But I just wanted to mention that those two books are going to be part of it. So if you guys are interested in talking about that kind of perspective and what you would like to see in the upcoming years with YA fiction, we'd love to see you there. Until next time, that's all I have for you guys. If you have questions or you want more information about any of the books, you want to recommend books for me to read, just comment down below. And if you guys actually, I wanted to say, if you want ARCs like I have, advanced reader copies, and you are reviewers or other booktubers that like to talk about books, we love giving away free books if you tell us what you think about them. So just email marketing@curiosityquills.com and let us know which book you're interested in, or if you want recommendations, we are happy to make those for you too. Alright, thanks guys!